Now we're back in the wide tank. There's Chris Retzler at his computer terminal. And he's going to make some waves. And here they come. The wide tank was built in 1977. 6 months from a greenfield site. There's a long spine spanning many crests, hanging down from a wireless mast with very loose umbilical cables connecting it to the instrumentation system. That's a view from nearly above the wave makers of the spine, deeply submerged in the water. And that's a view along the top of the wave makers. Each wave maker is like a vertical piano key. It's driven with an individual signal, which is can be up to 75 different sine waves with various frequencies and amplitudes and phases. The wave makers are also wave absorbing devices, so that we get very quick settling times and we stop the problem of cross waves. That's the view from in front of the wave makers, and that's the view from behind. They've got air behind them so that we don't waste servo power, and we can make a nice measure of what's coming back at them by looking at the force on the front of the paddle. That's a view from above. We're using ex-surplus, computer surplus printed armature motors with a wire drive, and the biasing force comes from a chest expander spring made by Terry's. That's a view from in front again. Now they're settling down and working in unison and absorbing any cross waves that might be left in the tank. They can absorb and generate waves at the same time. That's long crested waves, very difficult to make them for a long time without building up cross waves. We were reckoned to be the first tank that could do that, and it can run as long as you like. There is a measurable cross wave, but it's certainly very much smaller than the main wave, and it doesn't grow. The secret is to have absorption in every direction that you look. We've got one bit where there's a glass wall, but otherwise everything is absorbing. Now that's the phase difference between the wave makers, making an oblique front, sending the waves towards us, and we've got now there's these oblique fronts, whereas before we had parallel to the wave maker line. So that's the unitary building block of the sea state. You can't make very short waves at very big angles, but you can, if the wave's a bit longer, you can make them at 90 degrees to the length of the line of wave makers.